The shift that changes everything. Imagine waking up tomorrow with only the things you said thank you for today. How much would you have left? Let that sink in for a second. Because right now, you are sitting in the middle of a miracle you've been calling normal. You're breathing without asking your lungs to work. Your heart is pounding without you commanding it to beat. You have a roof, you have clothes, you have people in your life who, in their own way, care about you. But here's the wild part. Most of us race through our days completely blind to the blessings right in front of us. We're trapped in what I call the default mode, the human habit of chasing more, comparing ourselves to others, and letting stress dominate our mental space. It's like driving a Ferrari, but staring only at the scratches on the paint instead of enjoying the ride. Gratitude is the mental gear shift that flips everything. See, gratitude isn't just being thankful in some polite, lukewarm way. It's a power source. It's the ability to instantly reframe any situation, to turn problems into lessons, and to turn ordinary moments into treasures. And the best part, you don't have to wait for life to get better to feel it. You can unlock it right now. Think about it. Perspective is everything. Two people can go through the exact same event, but their experience can be completely different depending on how they look at it. One sees a failure, the other sees a stepping stone. One sees a dead end, the other sees a detour leading somewhere better. Gratitude sharpens that perspective like a lens, helping you see what's still possible instead of only what's missing. When you combine gratitude and perspective, you're no longer a passenger in life. You're the driver. You stop letting circumstances control your emotions. You stop waiting for someday to feel happy. And that is the greatest mental freedom you will ever have. But here's the truth. This doesn't happen automatically. Our brains are wired for survival, not happiness. That means we're programmed to notice danger, problems, and potential threats before we notice blessings. It's a great feature for staying alive in the wild. But in modern life, it can keep us trapped in a loop of negativity. The key is to rewire that programming. And the rewiring starts small. It's the morning you wake up and say, I'm alive, I'm breathing, and that's already a win. It's catching yourself mid-complaint and flipping it. This traffic is annoying. But hey, I have a car, I'm safe, and I've got music to listen to. It's saying thank you, not just for the big wins, but for the tiny details that quietly make your life better every day. Let me give you a picture. Imagine two people stuck in the rain. One is cursing the clouds, their mood ruined. The other is smiling, enjoying the cool drops, grateful for the break from the heat. The rain didn't change. The perspective did. And that perspective changes everything. In fact, science backs this up. Studies show that practicing gratitude not only boosts mood, but actually rewires your brain, strengthens relationships, and improves physical health. Grateful people sleep better, stress less, and bounce back faster from setbacks. This isn't just feel-good fluff. This is mental strength training. But here's where the magic gets real. Gratitude is contagious. When you walk into a room radiating appreciation instead of complaint, people feel it. You become the kind of person others want to be around. You become a mirror, showing them a better way to see their own lives. And that ripple effect can literally change the culture of a family, a workplace, or even a whole community. Now, don't get me wrong, life will still throw curveballs. Gratitude doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means finding something within the mess that you can still value, still learn from, still hold on to. It's looking at a setback and saying, okay, this hurts, but what's the gift here? What's the angle that will make me stronger? That's where Perspective kicks in like a secret weapon. I've seen people lose everything, their jobs, their homes, even their health, and still find a reason to smile, simply because they refuse to let circumstances steal their ability to see good. That's not ignorance. That's strength. That's choosing to live above the storm instead of drowning in it. And here's the part that most people don't realize: gratitude grows in motion. You can't just think about it once and expect it to change your life. It's like a muscle. You've got to train it daily. Write it down, say it out loud, share it with someone, because the more you actively practice it, the more natural it becomes. When you do that, your whole reality begins to shift. Colors seem brighter, challenges feel smaller, wins feel bigger. You start to realize that happiness isn't a destination, it's a decision you make over and over again, no matter what's happening around you. So here's my challenge for you right now. For the next 24 hours, every time something annoys you, frustrates you, or stresses you out, stop. Take a breath, and then say, "But I'm grateful for it," and fill in the blank. Watch how it changes the way you feel in that moment. Because life isn't about waiting for the perfect set of circumstances to finally be happy. Life is about flipping the script now, training your mind to find the gold in every situation. Gratitude gives you the pen, perspective writes the story. And when you put those together, you stop surviving and start truly living. Building a gratitude mindset that holds through any storm. What if I told you that the difference between people who crumble under pressure and people who rise stronger is not luck? It's their mindset? Here's the thing: gratitude isn't just a feel good accessory you pull out when life is easy. It's a mental armor. It's the lens through which you see the world. And when you wear it consistently, it changes the way you react, the choices you make, and the life you create. Think of your mind as a garden. Left untended, weeds of negativity, comparison, and fear take over. But gratitude is the sunlight. It's the water. It's the soil that allows the flowers of joy, patience, and resilience to grow. And just like a garden, it requires attention. It requires practice. And sometimes, it even requires pulling out the stubborn weeds before anything beautiful can bloom. Here's the first step. Notice the small things. Most people wait for a promotion, a big success, or a huge life event to feel grateful. But gratitude lives in the tiny details: the smell of coffee in the morning, the sound of laughter, the text from a friend checking in. These are not trivial. They are reminders that life is already full of moments worth appreciating. And when you train yourself to see them, your world starts to feel richer, fuller, and more alive. Next, reframe challenges as teachers. Life is going to throw storms at you, that's a guarantee. But perspective allows you to ask a different question. What is this teaching me? What strength can I grow here? A missed opportunity, a disagreement, a failure, they aren't just obstacles. They're invitations to grow, to learn, to deepen your understanding of yourself and the world. Gratitude helps you spot the lesson. Perspective helps you use it. Here's a little experiment. Think of something that frustrated you recently. Maybe someone cut you off in traffic, or you got a rejection email. Now stop and find one thing in that moment to be grateful for. Maybe it's that you're safe, maybe it's that you now have clarity on what you really want, or maybe it's simply that you're alive to experience this moment at all. It feels different, doesn't it? The anger softens, the tension eases, and suddenly you're in control again. That's the power of a trained mind. Another tool is active gratitude. Don't just think it, speak it, write it, share it. Send a text to someone who made a difference in your life. Say thank you to the barista who always smiles. Write down 3 things each morning that you truly appreciate. These small actions might seem insignificant, but they wire your brain for positivity. They literally change how your neurons fire, making you more resilient, more patient, and more capable of seeing the good in life, even when it's hard. And here's something crucial: gratitude and perspective work together. Gratitude alone can sometimes feel like Pollyanna thinking, ignoring problems in favor of positivity. Perspective ensures your gratitude is grounded in reality. It helps you acknowledge difficulty while still choosing to see what's good. It's like holding a compass in a storm. You're not denying the rain, you're charting a course to navigate through it. I've met people who face the darkest moments: loss, illness, failure, yet they held on to gratitude and perspective. And here's what I noticed: they didn't just survive, they thrived. Their pain became purpose. Their setbacks became lessons. Their struggles became stories that inspired others. That's the power of a mindset built on gratitude, finding strength in every struggle. Have you ever noticed how the heaviest storms produce the tallest trees? What if your struggles are secretly shaping the strongest version of you? Let's be honest. Life isn't always a smooth ride. There are days when everything feels like it's falling apart, when problems pile up, and when you wonder if the universe has a personal grudge against you. But here's the thing: those struggles, those moments that seem unbearable, are not your enemies. They are your greatest teachers. And gratitude, paired with perspective, is the lens that lets you see them that way. Think about a time when something went wrong. Maybe a job didn't work out, or a relationship ended, or life just threw you a curveball. The initial reaction is often frustration, anger, or sadness. That's natural. But after the storm passes, look closely. Somewhere in that mess is a seed of growth, a lesson you didn't know you needed. Perspective allows you to find that seed. Gratitude waters it. And that combination can transform pain into power. Here's an example. Imagine losing a job. On the surface, it's devastating. The paycheck, the routine, the sense of security, all gone. But when you shift perspective, you might notice opportunities, a chance to explore a career you've always dreamed of, to learn new skills, to meet people you wouldn't have met otherwise. Gratitude enters when you appreciate the freedom to pivot, the lessons learned from the experience, and the resilience you're cultivating along the way. And this isn't just abstract philosophy, there's science behind it. Studies in positive psychology show that people who actively look for meaning and express gratitude during challenges recover faster, experience less stress, and develop stronger problem solving skills. Struggle doesn't just break you, it builds you if you let it. But here's the twist most people miss: the struggle doesn't have to be monumental to matter. Even small, everyday challenges, a disagreement with a friend, a delay, a mistake, opportunities to practice gratitude and perspective. You might catch yourself thinking, why me? That's the exact moment to flip the script. Ask, what can I learn? What can I appreciate in this situation? Suddenly, the problem shrinks and your mind grows. Perspective isn't about ignoring reality, it's about choosing what you focus on. Two people can face the same storm. One drowns in it, the other learns to surf. Gratitude is the surfboard that keeps you afloat, giving you balance when the waves get rough. And the best part? This skill is entirely trainable. Every time you consciously look for silver linings, you are strengthening your mental resilience, rewiring your brain, and expanding your capacity for joy. I've met people who went through unimaginable hardships, loss, failure, betrayal, and yet they radiate joy, hope, and peace. How? They discovered that gratitude isn't about what you have, it's about how you see what you have. Perspective isn't about the storm, it's about how you navigate it. Together, they create a mindset where even the darkest moments have light, and even the heaviest burdens carry lessons. Here's a simple exercise. The next time you face a challenge, write down 3 things you're grateful for in that situation. Don't stop at, I'm alive or I have food. Dig deeper. Maybe the challenge revealed a strength you didn't know you had. Maybe it connected you with someone who truly cares. Maybe it pushed you toward a new path you would have ignored otherwise. That small act of reflection shifts your focus from victimhood to empowerment. And remember, gratitude and perspective don't make life perfect. They make life handleable. They don't erase pain, they amplify your power to endure it. When you wake up each day actively practicing these principles, you begin to notice patterns. Obstacles aren't just random, they are lessons in disguise. Setbacks aren't just punishments, they are guides. Life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Ultimately, finding strength in struggle is about reclaiming your agency. It's saying, I may not control everything, but I can control how I respond. Gratitude and perspective are your tools. They turn fear into curiosity, frustration into growth, and suffering into wisdom. The more you use them, the more your inner strength grows, and that strength doesn't fade when life gets messy. It multiplies. So here's your takeaway for today. Start seeing every difficulty as an opportunity. Treat every mistake as a lesson. Appreciate every hardship as a step toward becoming the best version of yourself. When you do, you'll discover something incredible. The storms you once feared are the very thing that will make you unstoppable. The ripple effect of gratitude. Have you ever noticed how one small smile can change the entire mood of a room? What if your gratitude could do the same thing, but on a life-changing scale? Gratitude isn't just a personal superpower. It's contagious. When you start seeing the world through a lens of appreciation, something remarkable happens. People around you begin to feel it too. It's like tossing a pebble into a pond. The ripples travel far beyond what you can see. Your mindset doesn't just change your life, it quietly reshapes the lives of everyone you touch. Think about it. How often have you walked into a room radiating negativity or stress, only to notice the tension in others? Now imagine the opposite. You walk in genuinely appreciative, genuinely positive, genuinely kind. People notice, they respond. The room shifts. And here's the powerful part. You didn't do anything extraordinary. You just practiced gratitude. This ripple effect works in every relationship, family, friends, coworkers, even strangers. Expressing gratitude builds trust, strengthens bonds, and inspires others to act with more kindness. When you acknowledge the good in others, you don't just make them feel appreciated, you amplify the good in the world. And the beauty is, it starts with small actions. A thank you text, a genuine compliment, a note of appreciation. These simple gestures multiply in ways you may never fully witness. Here's a story. I once met a woman who decided to thank every single person who had ever helped her, from teachers to bus drivers. She didn't expect anything in return. Months later, she noticed a shift. Her friends were kinder, her workplace was more collaborative, and even strangers seemed warmer toward her. That ripple effect started with her choice to express gratitude. It wasn't magic, It was intention in action. Now let's bring perspective into the mix. Gratitude alone is powerful, but paired with perspective, it becomes transformative. Perspective allows you to see that every interaction, every encounter, every challenge is an opportunity to spread positivity. Even when someone is rude, even when life feels unfair, perspective helps you see that your response can be the ripple that changes the outcome. Here's a practical example. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Most people react with frustration or anger. But what if you pause, take a deep breath, and instead think, maybe they're having a tough day. Maybe I can choose calm instead of chaos. Suddenly, your emotional state stays intact. You're no longer a victim of circumstances. And the calm energy you carry, it can influence everyone around you, even if they don't realize it. That's the ripple effect of gratitude and perspective working together. Science even backs this up. Research shows that gratitude practices not only improve your mood, but also increase empathy, reduce aggression, and improve relationships. When you radiate appreciation, your brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. And guess what? People around you pick up on that chemical signal, often unconsciously, creating a more positive environment. But here's the kicker. This ripple effect doesn't require perfection. You don't have to be cheerful 24/7 or ignore your struggles. You just need to consistently choose gratitude in moments that matter. Those tiny choices accumulate, creating a powerful wave of positivity. You start to notice that your actions influence the energy around you. Your words inspire. Your attitude uplifts. Your presence becomes a safe harbor for others in the storm of life. And here's something most people don't realize. Gratitude multiplies itself. The more you practice it, the more you naturally notice things to be grateful for, and the more that gratitude spreads. One small shift in your perspective can spark a chain reaction, affecting coworkers, family members, friends, and even strangers you meet briefly. The world changes, not because you controlled it, but because you chose to respond differently. So here's a challenge. Pick one person today and express genuine gratitude to them. Not a superficial thanks, but something heartfelt. Notice how it affects you. Notice how it affects them. Pay attention to the ripple it creates. Then, tomorrow, do it again. And the next day. Soon you'll see a network of positive energy growing around you. And that energy starts from one simple decision: to be grateful. Ultimately, this is the power of perspective paired with gratitude. Life isn't just about surviving your own story, it's about influencing the larger story, the story of your relationships, your community, and your environment. Gratitude doesn't just make you happier, it makes the world better. And that is a legacy worth building, living a life that inspires. What if every decision you made today could leave a footprint of gratitude behind? A mark that others could follow long after you're gone. This is where it all comes together. Gratitude and perspective aren't just tools for surviving life's challenges, they're the secret ingredients for living a life that truly inspires. Think about it. Every choice you make, every word you speak, every emotion you cultivate has the power to shape your story and touch the lives of others. And when gratitude guides those choices, something extraordinary happens. Your life becomes a force of positivity. Living with gratitude means noticing the ordinary and recognizing the extraordinary hiding inside it. The smile of a stranger, the aroma of your morning coffee, the warmth of sunlight on your skin. These are not small things. These are threads in the tapestry of a life well lived. Perspective allows you to weave them together in a way that brings meaning, not just to your life, but to the lives of everyone around you. Here's the truth: life will always have hardships. There will be setbacks, heartbreaks, disappointments. But gratitude gives you armor, and perspective gives you the map. Together, they transform obstacles into lessons, failures into stepping stones, and ordinary days into extraordinary memories. You begin to understand that happiness isn't a destination. It's the way you travel, the way you perceive, the way you respond. I've met people who lost everything and rebuilt not just their lives, but their spirits. Why? Because they refused to let circumstances dictate their inner world. They chose gratitude as their anchor, perspective as their compass. And the result? Lives that inspire, that uplift, that ripple outward in ways that matter far beyond their own experience. This is the kind of life that leaves a legacy, not a legacy of wealth, fame, or recognition, though those may come, but a legacy of energy, of hope, of love. A legacy that says, I lived fully, I chose gratitude, I saw the good, and in doing so, I helped others see it too. That is the life that people remember, the life that sparks others to rise, to see the world differently, to choose better. So, how do you start? Begin with intention. Each morning, ask yourself, today, how will I practice gratitude? How will I choose perspective? It could be as simple as journaling, speaking out loud, sharing appreciation, or pausing before reacting in frustration. Small, consistent acts compound into a lifestyle. Soon, gratitude becomes instinctive. Perspective becomes second nature, and your life, ordinary as it may seem, becomes extraordinary to yourself and everyone around you. Remember this: your thoughts shape your feelings shape your actions shape your world. Gratitude and perspective aren't passive ideas, and they're active choices that define how you show up every day. They allow you to live with courage, resilience, and joy, no matter what life throws at you. And here's the most exciting part: you don't have to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect day, the perfect circumstance. You can start right now, right this second. Take a deep breath, look around, find something, anything to be grateful for. Let it fill you. Let it guide your thoughts, your words, your actions. Feel the shift. Notice the energy and then carry it forward. Your life is a story. Gratitude writes the introduction. Perspective shapes the chapters. And every day, you have the pen in your hand. You get to decide how the story unfolds. Will it be a tale of complaint and limitation, or a story of courage, joy, and influence? The choice is yours. As you move forward, let gratitude and perspective be more than practices. Let them be the core of who you are. Let them radiate from you, touch others, inspire change. Be the person whose presence brings light, whose words bring hope, whose actions create ripples that transform. Because when you do, you're not just living, you're living a life that matters, a life that inspires, a life that leaves the world and everyone in it a little brighter than you found it. And in that, my friends, you discover the ultimate truth. Life is not about the things you accumulate, the status you achieve, or the obstacles you overcome. Life is about the energy you bring, the gratitude you feel, the perspective you choose, and the impact you leave behind. So today, start small. Start now. Choose gratitude. Shift your perspective. Watch as your life unfolds into something richer, fuller, and more meaningful than you ever imagined. And remember, the ripple you start today could become the wave that changes the world.